The Unknown Soldier 2017. The story begins in Finland during the early days of World War II, where a group of ordinary men are called to serve their country. These soldiers come from different backgrounds, farmers, workers, students, but they share one fate. As they gather for training, the tension between fear and duty becomes clear. Some joke to hide their anxiety, while others remain silent, thinking of home. Their commander, strict yet experienced, prepares them for what lies ahead. Soon they are deployed to the front lines, stepping into a brutal conflict that will test their courage, loyalty, and humanity. As the soldiers march through dense forests and rough terrain, they begin to bond. Friendships form quickly under pressure, especially between Raka, a fearless and rebellious fighter, and Kuriluoto, a more idealistic officer. Their personalities clash, yet they learn to respect each other. The group shares stories around campfires, trying to hold on to a sense of normal life. However, distant explosions remind them of reality. Orders arrive, pushing them closer to enemy lines. Each step forward increases the danger, and the men slowly realize that war is not the heroic adventure they once imagined. The first major battle erupts suddenly, catching some soldiers off guard. Gunfire fills the air, and chaos spreads across the battlefield. The men struggle to follow commands while staying alive. Some freeze in fear, while others act instinctively. Raka proves his bravery by taking bold actions that save lives, though he often ignores strict orders. Kuriluoto tries to maintain discipline among the troops, learning the harsh responsibility of leadership. As the battle ends, the cost becomes visible. Fallen comrades lie silent, marking the beginning of the soldiers' emotional and physical exhaustion. After the battle, the soldiers are given a brief moment to rest. They reflect on what they have witnessed, each coping in different ways. Some write letters home, hiding the truth to protect their families. Others drink or joke, attempting to forget the horrors. Kuriluoto struggles with guilt over lost men, questioning his decisions. Meanwhile, Raka remains confident, believing survival depends on strength and boldness. Despite their differences, the group grows closer. War has stripped away illusions, replacing them with a shared understanding of loss, fear, and the fragile nature of life. The unit is ordered to advance deeper into enemy territory, facing harsh weather and limited supplies. Hunger and fatigue begin to weaken the men. Arguments break out, especially over leadership decisions. Still, they push forward, driven by duty and survival instincts. Along the way, they encounter civilians affected by the war, reminding them of what they are fighting for. The line between right and wrong becomes blurred as destruction surrounds them. Each soldier starts questioning the purpose of the conflict, yet they continue moving, knowing there is no turning back. Another intense battle unfolds, more brutal than before. The enemy is prepared, and casualties rise quickly. The soldiers fight desperately, using every bit of strength they have left. Raka once again stands out, taking dangerous risks to protect his comrades. Kuriluoto begins to change, becoming more hardened and decisive under pressure. The battlefield becomes a place of chaos and survival, where moral choices are often impossible. By the end, victory feels empty as the cost becomes unbearable. The men are no longer the same. They are shaped by violence and loss. As time passes, the war drags on without clear progress. The soldiers grow weary both physically and mentally. News from home becomes rare, increasing their sense of isolation. Some begin to lose hope, while others cling to the idea of survival and returning home. The bond between the men deepens, becoming their only source of strength. They rely on each other not just for protection, but for emotional support. In quiet moments, they remember their past lives, wondering if they will ever return to them. The situation worsens as supplies run low and reinforcements fail to arrive. The soldiers are forced into defensive positions, constantly under threat. Fear becomes a constant companion, yet they continue to fight. Kuriluoto fully embraces his role as a leader, making difficult decisions to protect his men. Raka, though still rebellious, shows loyalty to the group above all else. Together, they represent different sides of survival, discipline and instinct. As the enemy advances, the sense of impending doom grows stronger, pushing the soldiers to their limits. In the final stages of the conflict, The soldiers face overwhelming odds. Retreat becomes inevitable, and they must fight just to survive. Many fall along the way, leaving deep emotional scars on those who remain. Kuriluoto faces a defining moment, choosing sacrifice over safety. Raka continues to fight fiercely, refusing to give up despite the chaos. The retreat is filled with desperation, courage, and heartbreak. Each step backward feels like a loss, yet it also brings them closer to the possibility of survival and the end of war. The story concludes with the survivors returning home, forever changed by their experiences. The war has taken much from them: friends, innocence, and peace of mind. Yet, they carry with them the memories of those who did not survive. Raka and the remaining soldiers try to rebuild their lives, though the scars remain. The film ends on a reflective note, honoring the sacrifices made and the resilience of ordinary men in extraordinary circumstances. It reminds viewers that war is not about glory, but about survival, loss, and the enduring strength of the human spirit.